Hello students, I am Dr. Meenakshi Maur, Assistant Professor, Zoology, Sri Savliaji Government College, Mandafia, Chittorgarh. Today I am going to give lecture on ecosystem. In ecosystem, I will cover definition, kinds and components of ecosystem. So first of all, what is ecosystem? Ecosystem is an integrated system resulting from interaction of living and non-living factors of the environment, or in other words, the sum of biotic, that is living, and abiotic, that is non-living components of a particular geographical area, collectively called ecosystem. Uh, the ecosystem can also be defined as any unit which includes all the organisms, that is communities, in a given area interact with physical environment like water, air, soil, etc. by means of food chains and chemical cycles, which results in energy flow, biotic diversity and material cycling. So it is ecosystem. Term ecosystem was first of all coined by Arthur G. Tansley in 1935. It was earlier called as a biocoinosis by Carl Moebius and microcosm by Forbes. According to Odom, ecosystem is the basic functional unit of ecology in which biotic communities and abiotic communities influence each other. Now, kinds of ecosystem. The ecosystem may be natural or artificial. Natural means operating under natural conditions without any major interference by man. Example like grassland, desert, forest. Freshwater like ponds, lakes, streams, and open sea. Artificial is a man-made ecosystem. Example of artificial ecosystem are croplands, space ecosystem. Natural ecosystem are self-regulating ecosystem. And there are two categories of natural ecosystem: terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. Terrestrial ecosystem means forest, grassland, tree, desert ecosystem. An aquatic ecosystem is again divided into two types: lantic and lotic. Lantic ecosystem is characterized by stagnant fresh water like lake, pond, ocean, etc. And the lotic ecosystem is characterized by running freshwater ecosystem like river. Artificial ecosystems are developed and maintained artificially by man. In them, nature balance can be disturbed by addition of energy and plant manipulations. Example, cultivations of crop plants or home aquarium. And such ecosystems are the creation of human being. Means nature doesn't form this ecosystem. Artificial ecosystems are not created by nature. Now, components of ecosystem. An ecosystem is composed of abiotic physiochemical environment and biotic assemblage of plants, animals, and microbes. These components collectively form a natural, stable, self-sufficient, and functional ecological unit called ecosystem. Odom in 97 described that ecosystem is formed of two major components: biotic and abiotic. Biotic means living components and abiotic means non-living components. Biotic components include the living elements of the ecosystem and are divided into some categories on the basis of nutritional relationships. Abiotic components includes non-living physiochemical factors of environment. These affect the distribution, structure, behavior, and interrelationship of organisms. Now, biotic components can be categorized as producers and consumers. Producers are also known as autotrophs. Autotrophs include the green plants, photosynthetic bacteria, and cyanobacteria, which are capable of manufacturing their organic food from simple inorganic substances by the process of photosynthesis. Chemosynthetic bacteria will synthesize their organic food from inorganic material in the presence of chemical energy, and they also act as a producer. The energy trapped in a photosynthesis is the radiant energy of sun and is changed into chemical energy. Hence they are called as producers. Producers convert solar energy into chemical energy with the help of photosynthesis. So, solar energy is the only ultimate chemical energy, ultimate source of energy in ecosystem. Producers may be herbs, shrubs, large-sized trees in terrestrial ecosystem, or microscopic free-floating phytoplanktons, algae, or large-sized green plants in an aquatic ecosystem. Uh, Producers form primary basis of life and provide food, shelter, and oxygen to the animals, and they also maintain carbon dioxide and oxygen balance of nature. Now, consumers. Consumers are heterotrophs. Heterotrophs include those organisms which consume either ready-made organic food or decompose the complex organic compounds. These are also called consumers. They do not have chlorophyll, so they can't synthesize their own food. Macro consumers, primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers, quaternary consumers are all macro consumers. Micro consumers means bacteria and fungi. Now, abiotic components. Abiotic components include non-living thing biophysiochemical factors of environment. They include light, temperature, and soil. Abiotic component of the pond ecosystem comprises simple inorganic substances like water, carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen, calcium, and organic substances like amino acids, humus, etc. Now, three main abiotic components are light, temperature, and soil. First, light. Light is the main source of energy for entire biosphere. It is measured by light meter or photometer. Light is a narrow band of visible radiant energy comprising wavelength of 360 to 760 millimeter. Complex physical environment factor. Light is very important of the climatic factors, which is directly responsible for the growth, development, and differentiation of plants. It affects color vision, eye size, skin pigmentation, migration, reproduction, and biological periodicity of the animal. Actually, there are some parameters of light which affects the living organism They are light intensity, light quality, and light duration. I am taking here one example. Many marine animals have a larger eyes, and they are found in uh, very deep in water. Okay, and one more effect of light on animal is a color vision. Color vision is the ability to differentiate different colors and is well marked in fish, birds, and primates due to the presence of different kinds of cones in the retina of their eyes. So it is a just example that how light affect the animals. Now temperature. Temperature is the degree of the hotness, coldness of a substance. It is the most important ecological factor affecting almost all the metabolic activities of organism. Every physiological function has an optimum temperature at which it shows the maximum metabolic rate. The vertical temperature gradient over Earth's surface is called lapse rate. Change in temperature can be affected by factors like latitude, altitude, topography, vegetation, and slope. The temperature affect the animals in reproduction, in their growth and development, in morphology. Hence, on the basis of thermal tolerance, animals can be divided into euthermal organism, stenothermal organism, mesothermal, microthermal, and megathermal. So, temperature affects animals in a various ways. I am taking one example over here. The birds and mammals have a constant body temperature, and they are called homothermal or endothermic or warm-blooded animals to deal with temperature extremes. And this can be achieved through evaporation of water from their bodies during summer and through insulating action of fur, weather, fats, etc. during cold weather of winter month. So conservation of body heat by a layer of paniculus adiposis of subcutaneous zone, especially in whales, seals, polar bear, and elephants. During winter month, then human being and other mammals shiver, which produces heat and raises the body temperature. So, by doing this, they maintain their body temperature. Temperature is measured by thermometer and underwater by thermistor. So, it is about temperature. Now, soil. All those factors which are related to the structure and composition of soil, including its physical and chemical properties, are edaphic factors or soil. Soil is the surface layer of land. Actually, soil is not a single factor, but it is a complex of several soil factors which together constitute the soil complex. According to Schimfer's second law, the distribution of plants in a region is determined chiefly by nature of soil directly or in relation to the other factors. Development of soil is known as pedogenesis. So, study of soil is also known as pedology or edaphology. There are various properties of soil like soil texture, porosity, soil permeability, and soil temperature. In soil, there are different kinds of organisms like macrofauna, mesofauna, microfauna. Macrofauna means rabbits, rats, and moles. Mesofauna, mesofauna means arthropods, annelids, nematodes, and mollusks. Microfauna represents the soil microflora and microfauna, which includes algae, fungi, bacteria, actinomycetes, protozoans. So these are soil organisms. So we have discussed biotic and abiotic factors, two kinds of ecosystem, that is the natural and artificial. So it's all about ecosystem. Thank you.